students. Today is the last session with the systemic chest X-ray interpretations, which we are going to see today. Based on this, guys, you will get along with the case scenario. We will provide you one normal or abnormal case, matlab, X-ray sheet. Once we have provided, you have to start examine them. You start interpret whether it is normal or abnormal. How to remember this, how to do that entire, today we will see. So first is the modern imaging department use a variety of different techniques to provide image of human internal organs to demonstrate the pathological lesions. So what does it meaning? If you want to check internal organ, whether it is normal or abnormal, any other applied aspects we can able to check through one radio tomography. Like they classify into the method using the ionizing radiation, that is simple X-ray, compound X-ray tomography, example CT scan, that is known as computed tomography, radioisotope scanning, that is nuclear medicine, the people use it. Other method like ultrasound, MRI, that is a magnetic resonance imaging. These are all is useful resources which is able to see the internal organ without opening them. Okay, so we will see when they started, how it is innovated, how it is applicable to the medicine or in that daily practice. X-ray were discovered in 1895 by Konrad Röntgen, and he is a German physicist. Isotope scanning was intro to the medical practice in 1950s, ultrasound in 1960s, CT scan was developed in 1970s, and MRI in 1980s. These are the years it is very important when they are uh, introduced to the medical field to useful it. Ionizing radiation in large dose, as well known, it is dangerous. You know very well that is X-rays or some other rays are carcinogenesis, and it is local tissue damage also sometimes. So there are pros and cons which we will comes to know in end of the session. This picture make you guys laugh. It doesn't mean that you know first pant then your shoes. Obviously nobody wears shoes before they wear the pant. But remember one thing: whenever you start certain things, you have to remember the fundamental: where to start, how to end. You should not go miss like. So accordingly, identification of the case sheet or the X-ray sheet is important, or X-ray film, and techniques are there to remember those. And finally, interpretation. This is a way you have to go. It should be not change. Okay. Now we will see one by one. Now, identification, correct patient, correct data, correct date and time, correct examination, where we are going to identify the side of X-ray, comparison film. That is very, very important. First, what is the correct patient? The person is having any internal, pain or is required to take an X-ray. Those patient only you have to prescribe those. Unnecessarily, you should not waste your time and the patient time. Correct date and time. You have to check when, at what time you prescribe and what time they have taken the particular X-ray film. So that is your duty to examine those. Correct examination means what? You have to identify the particular X-ray, whether it is AP or PA. What is AP? Anterior posterior or posterior anterior or lateral. There are different films are available. So accordingly, you have to examine those. Comparison of the film, which means, for example, tomorrow I'm telling the one patient to take the particular X-ray, and we want to check the recovery of the particular bones or the organs. So later on, again, you are going to prescribe. They should not cheat you. That same X-ray sheet if they provide, it no use. So you have to comparison that, and there are other methods. Methods are there to compare the film, that is, uh, to darken one, lighten one, and that identical one, or the normal one, which one, everything we will see in this lecture. Now, this is the what I want to say you guys. You can see the first circle. I will make that pointer so that it will be useful for you. So first what? Name, date, marker, and inspiration, rotation, penetration. This is everything you have to check. This is a fundamental. First name and date, obviously, that is there in this corner. You can able to see, I hope. And inspiration, the person when they take air inside the lung. So one that they inhale, that time only the beam should be past the rays. One that category denoting that is a black color in the chest. This is air filled. Okay. If it is expiration, what will be the observation? We will see after this rotation. Rotation means we want to focus in the mid, that is clavicle. So the clavicle head we want to check. Apart from this, penetration, that is a rays. I said already, it should not too darkening, it should not too light, it should be optimum. And then can just see the lower thoracic spine, whether it is visible or not. Why, sir, you are saying this many things to examine the X-ray? We will see the next PPT. Now, techniques. Complete examination we want to say or we want to check. For that, all view you have to remember it. Entire anatomical area you have to remember it, which include here. First, projection or quality of the film. First, determine if the film is PA or AP view. How to remember this? How to examine this? PA, that is posterior anterior. The X-ray penetrate through the back of patient onto the film. AP is nothing but the X-ray penetrate through the front of the patient onto the film. All the X-ray in ICU are portable. Why I mentioned this portable one? Because if you want to keep the film on the chest part, the beam going to be in the back side. The beam is entered from the back, it's come to the film. So accordingly, you can make sure it that is a portable. X-rays are nowadays available. Now, is a fundamental. Some X-rays have mentioned L, some X-rays mentioned R, that is denoting left, right. Most of the X-rays have a particular identification, that is PA view, AP view. Apart from this, remember one thing, if PA or AP view, it is not mentioned in the particular X-ray, you have to discard it. Okay, because it should not be a confusion. And even though right, left, if none of them is not present in the X-ray sheet, tell the subject or the patient to take one more X-ray. That is a very necessity. So now, to identify this PA view and AP view, see here, it is a basic, you have to remember it. In examination, surely they will ask. Scapula, if you target, you can see in the PA view, it is AP view. Seen in periphery of the thorax, yes, it is seen here. Okay. In AP view, seen over the lung field, yes, it is seen over the lung field. I can able to see this. Comparatively, you can compare. This is PA, this is AP. Okay. Now clavicle, if you concentrate, project over the lung field. Yes, it is project over the lung field. If you go to the AP view, above the thorax of the lung field, it is visible. It is here. Okay, it is the identification of PA view and AP view. Ribs, posterior ribs distinct, anterior ribs are distinct. You can see here the posterior ribs are more prominent. Here anterior one is bit prominent. Marker, marker means in the film they mentioned it, that is which is PA, which is AP view. Okay. Most of the doctors, most of the clinicians prefer PA view. Okay, remember this also. Now, position, which position? This particular patient, they have to maintain certain things when they take the X-ray. First is erect position. Okay, spine should be prominent, and lateral position is accordingly we want to take it. So now, see, this is the AP, this is PA view. When the person is standing like this, we want to place the film backside, and the particular beam eject the particular rays which is passed through first anterior to posterior. Vice versa, if you take the posterior anterior part, the person have to turn. Film will be in the anterior part. The beam will be eject the rays to the posterior, which is come through this way to this way. Okay. Now, if the person cannot able to stand, what we have to do? This is a picture for those. Okay, and if the person is cannot able to sit also, this is the way we want to take the X-ray. There is a portable one, as I said early. What about lateral? If you take the lateral one, the person have to stand like this, so that we will get this kind of image. The position of the patient when they standing, it is the beam where the X-ray is going to be emit the rays. This is the platform where we can keep the film. Can able to see the picture how the patient is standing. The patient erect, standing or seated, facing the bulky, arms relaxed at the sides, center and mid sagittal plane of the patient to the midline of IR, and the patient relax their shoulder and roll forward to touch the bulky. They can hold also, raise the chin and rest on or above the bulky, and then clear scapula of the lung field. These are the position which we want to instruct the patients clearly. Now you can see this picture, how they hold the particular bulky. Getting? This is the particular view of PA, that is posterior anterior chest X-ray beam passes from the posterior to anterior. Here you can see the right and left. Okay. Another thing you have to remember, the distance between the film plate and X-ray tube. The distance is 72 inches. We have to maintain the distance so that the proper emission of rays will be get emitted from the rays. It should not damage the particular tissue which is carcinogenesis, as I told you early. So in the lying position, they will take here. The beam is here. You can able to see the below. Here there is a film. We can keep it. Okay. So all the way we have taught. Remember everything. It is very important for exam point of view. Now, different tissues in our body absorb X-ray at the different extent. How to identify this? If you consider the bone, high absorption will be there. If you take a tissue, somewhat in middle absorption, air, low absorption. So based on this high, middle, low absorption, there is a color we have to give one, that is bone, white or opaque color, tissue, gray color, air, black color. Based on this, we want to categorize the film. It is another 5 radiographic densities. This is very useful for you in future. So metal, the color will be like this. Bone will be opaque or white. Soft tissue, gray color. Fat, almost black. Air, complete black. Different tissue in our body absorb X-rays at different extent, as I said. Now you can see this. Now you can concentrate the bones. You can see the bones. Anyone can unmute the mic and say, what is the color of the bone? Anybody?
White, sir.
White or opaque. Very good.
Big.
Why lungs are in black color? Why it is black color?
Because air is filled inside.
Air.
Yeah, exactly. The air is filled when the person is inhale the air. That time only we wants to pass the race. So then and only that intercostal muscles quite wider, so we can see the quite prominent inside the organ clearly. Okay. Next is, what about the tissues? Now bone we have seen that is opaque. Air is black color, that is lung is filled with air, so it is black color. What about organ? Which organ can able to see prominent here? Anybody?
Heart, sir.
Heart.
Obviously, we can see the heart, and there is a diaphragm. Okay, this is gray in color. So remember it, don't forget it. This is very useful for you guys. Even you can see here in the thorax, again it is black color, that is entire respiratory tract because air is filled. Okay. Now, whenever you are going to examine the X-ray, remember you should not touch the film with a knack finger. Even if you wear gloves and whatever, you should not give any impression on it. Please handle with the some pencil, pen. You should not mark anything. To examine, we have to use those. You should not touch the film because it will be, the impression will be quite prominent. It will be disturb the particular examination. Now, sir, if how to identify the penetration? Over penetrated dark film can, observe on the particular subtle, that will be confused for the pathologist. Next is under penetration, which is give a white film may given that impression of diffusion increase the density. So how to identify this over penetration or under penetration? Now you can see this film, which one is over, which one is under. You are going to answer me. First one this, second one is this. Anyone? Which is over penetration?
First is over.
Huh? This one is the over penetration. Now you can able to see anything. I can't see the ribs properly. I can't see, where is that hilum, where is the clavicle head. So it will be confusion. We should not do this the same. So if you get a such a films, we want to discard it. We want to repeat the procedure again. So this is under one. If under penetration, you will not able to see the thoracic vertebrae. So that is a another thing. Can you able to see the thoracic here? Yes or no? Thoracic vertebrae can able to see or not? Hello.
No, sir.
No. Fine. So this is the normal one. It is over penetrated. It is under penetrated. So those we want to discard it until you get the optimum one. So remember this in your mind. Now, what is adequacy? Full inspiration is the particular important point when the name comes from adequacy. Normal, erect, inspiratory chest X-ray shows 9.5 to 10.5 posterior ribs. Those ribs we can able to see clearly. Okay. Less inspiration appears diffusely denser. Diaphragms elevated causing heart and mid-sternum to the appear enlarged. This is the categorization whether it is properly or adequately the X-ray films are observed or not. Now you can see inspiration, how we got the X-ray. In expiration, how we got the X-ray. Can you able to see? If inspiration is there, diaphragm goes lower, so the entire organs will be in the normal position. If it is expiration, see here heart is bit enlarged is due to the compression of diaphragm. So remember this, it is important for you again. Everybody following me? Are you with you guys? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Can you able to see the pictures, right?
Yes, sir.
Manas, remember you have to summarize everything. Vishwesh, Sandan, Chandran, everybody be awake. Now, correct exposure. Barely able to see the intravertebral disc through the heart. It is a over penetration example. It is again under penetrated example. Okay, so remember this. This is a normal one. Now, what is rotation? Rotation is nothing but determined by observing the equal distance between the mid-clavicular head and the spinous process of the thoracic vertebral body. So, please mute your mic. Don't disturb the class. Somebody unmuting and coughing to show they are sick. Now, if you want to check the rotation, remember you have to observe clavicle head. It should be equal distance between the medial end of clavicle and midline. Like this, we want to examine. Abnormal case will be like this. See, this head is coming towards midline. One is normal. So in this category also we want to examine. This is called rotation. Now rotation means what? Centered equal distance between the mid end of a clavicle and midline of the thoracic. That is, you have to remember it. Right? If you have any paper, rotation means what? Viva, they will ask rotation. See, as a first year students, you cannot able to find that where is the clavicle head. Some girls and boys will be get confused. Can you able to see this head? It is a head. So I given you the point where the head is present. So this is the area where we want to examine. This is thoracic midline. Everybody following? Here only you have to see. Now I will go back. You can see here the head. Two heads are there. This is the mid thoracic line. We want to make imaginary line over here to examine the central distance between the two clavicle heads. Now, patient rotation can be observed or assessed by the observing the clavicular head and determine whether they are equal distance from the spinous process or thoracic vertebral bodies. Which one is abnormal one? The right side or left side? Anyone can unmute and tell. Where I place the pointer, this one is abnormal or the another one is abnormal?
Other one, right?
Sir.
Yes, where I have not placed the pointer, that is abnormal one. Here you can see the clavicle head is coming away from the midline. The opposite one is crossing the midline. So these both are not in the proper distance. So it is abnormal one. So this is having the proper distance. So this is normal one. Now, examination of X-ray film. The lung fields and pulmonary vessels we want to check. The heart and mediastinum we want to check. The diaphragm and subdiaphragmatic areas we want to check. The bony thorax, that is rib, clavicles, scapula, spine and shoulder we want to check. The soft tissue, that is muscle, breast and cutaneous tissues we want to examine. This is the fundamental which you have to remember it. Now, fractures, metastatic deposit, arthritis and dislocation, everything we can check in this X-ray. Now, here you can see if there is any fracture in ribs, before opening the thorax, we can able to take one X-ray to examine which level and what is the grade What is the severity of the particular injury? We can examine. Next is soft tissue and bony structure. Check it is symmetry or not, deformity or not, any fracture is there or not, masses, that is enlargement we want to check, and calcification we want to check, lactic lesions we want to check. First you remember we want to check what? Whether symmetry or asymmetry, any deformities, fractures. This much you remember it. Okay. Simple X-ray. The simple X-ray important for heart examination. So in practical again you will get the viva voce and you have to perform one method is there. We will see in this lecture, but remember it, simple X-ray to examine heart. Size of heart. Here this is measured by cardiothoracic ratio. Examiner will ask or teacher may ask you, this measured by CT means what? Cardiothoracic ratio. We are going to check the maximum transfer diameter, that is TD, of heart is compared with the maximum transfer diameter of your thorax. In normal adult, in this less than 50% in the film taken at the distance of 6 foot. That is a tube to the film. That is the distance we want to take. So now, shape of the heart. See, don't confuse this. I will tell you how to measure this cardiothoracic ratio. Now, shape of the heart. Appearance. Depending upon the chambers, mainly enlarged or not, we want to check. How in X-ray we are going to check this? Let you know. Left ventricle enlargement seen in, heart, aortic valve disease, etc. It manifests by the enlargement of apical region of the heart, both PA and lateral projection. So what in this PPT I said, when you will get this left ventricular enlargement, in which case you will get what? Aortic valve disease. That is the example. Now, in PA view, what are the things we can check? Aortic arch, pulmonary trunk, left atrial appendages, left ventricle, right ventricle, superior vena cava, right hemidiaphragm, left hemidiaphragm, horizontal features. This entire I have mentioned it where those present. Number one, aortic arch. Number two, here we want to check, that is pulmonary trunk. Number three, left atrial appendages. And number four, left ventricle. Number five, right ventricle. Number six here, superior vena cava. Seven, right hemidiaphragm. 8, left hemidiaphragm. The ninth one is horizontal features. These are the things which comes under PA view. Again, Viva question. What are all the things in the normal chest we can examine under PA view? You have to say this entire 9 points. Now, assess the size and shape of the borders. Okay. So here, before we are going into the borders, first I will tell you cardiothoracic ratio. As I said, it is posterior anterior view only we can able to examine. Less than 50% is considered abnormal in an adult, more than 66 in neonate. Possible cause of this ratio greater than the 50% includes where we can see this cardiac failure, pericardial effusion, left or right ventricular hypertrophy. These are the things you have to remember it. Viva question they will, even if you measure it, even you have done properly the measurement, but you are unable to answer this, so you know what will the cause. Now below you can see here, AP view make heart appear larger than its actual. So that is what we never prefer AP view. We go with PA view. Now, how to measure this? Listen carefully. When you are going for Viva voce, you have to carry as a small size scale. So we want to place the scale like this. Start from 0, somewhere you will get the particular size of this heart. Everybody with me? Hello? It is important. Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, see here, PA view is there, left side, and where we want to place the scale, how to place, see clearly. It is the heart, okay? Right and left. Don't confuse there. If you confuse, see this film, there is a marker. L means left side. So place the 0 in the right side. Somewhere you will get the size of the heart, and we want to make a imaginary line in the mid thorax. Okay, and here we want to place the scale, and somewhere you get the level, which means the heart is within the rib cage. Getting? It is not extend more. It is the fundamental measurement of cardiothoracic ratio. Getting? This is a normal one. Again, I'm repeating. See, place the scale. Right side will be 0. From there, we are measuring up to this level. Don't leave the measurement. Okay. So shift this particular 0 to where? Imaginary line which you have framed here. That is mid thoracic line. From there, we want to keep. So now the particular heart or the chamber is within the rib cage, which means that is the normal in size. What about abnormal one? So here you can make the imaginary line. You will get the normal shape of the heart. Now abnormal one. See here carefully. By looking only we can come to know that is enlargement is there. Still we have to measure it. Again you place the scale. Again you have to shift the scale to where? Manas, what is this line called?
Sir,
Aditya, what is this line called? The imaginary line. What is this line? Aditya? Anybody? Girls? Mid thoracic line. Remember, that is a imaginary line. Mid thoracic line. Everybody remember carefully. It is not for play here. So measure the size of the heart. Now we are going to shift the particular scale. There is a imaginary line. Now you can see it is exceed out of the cage. It is extend more, which means that is enlarge in size. What is the cause of this enlargement? That is, you have to remember it. Now you can see the size. It is the imaginary line. From here, if you keep the scale, it is extend more. It is going out of the thoracic cage. Getting? Like this, you have to measure it. The video of measurement I will upload later on. The link I will give you. Okay. So now you remember this, how to measure this cardiothoracic ratio. Okay. Now, it is another fundamental thing you have to remember. It is subclavian artery, aortic arch, pulmonary artery, left atrium, ascending aorta. If you play the schematic diagram on the X-ray, it will look like this. So like this, you have to remember it. So later on, you go through that particular PPT, you will understand. Okay. Now, if you draw on the particular X-ray sheet, you can see this particular, structure. So here you can see the aortic knuckle. where it is present, how to identify this. Pulmonary outflow of tract, we can check here. Left atrial appendages, left ventricle, inferior clavicle, sorry, inferior vena cava, and this is superior vena cava. This is right atrium. This is right ventricle. So this is the way you have to report them. Okay. See, if you draw, it will be like this. If you remove this particular diagram, it will be like this. It's a bit difficult in first year, but you have to practice well. So identification of this entire structures. Now, I have one question for you guys. Why right side of diaphragm is bit elevated upward? What is the cause? Anybody, girls? The right side
Sir,
of diaphragm is bit elevated. Why?
cause of liver.
Exactly, it's because of liver. So remember, this is the gray color structure, that is diaphragm. Okay, why it is important? I will tell you. This is the diaphragm where I marked there. Okay, now what is this angle called? Anybody knows? Now I am going to focus in this point. Okay, I just zoomed it to show you guys. This angle is called as costopherring angle or diaphragmatic angle. Remember, costopherring angle or diaphragmatic angle. Why this angle is important? You can see this angle is sharpened, isn't it? Wherever there is a pleural effusion, this angle is not visible this much sharp. It become blunted. Everybody following me? Name
Yes,
of
sir.
this angle is costopherric angle. This angle is important to examine in the case of pleural effusion. Normally it is sharpened like this, is a pointed one. If it is accumulation of fluid takes place in this angle, means we can't able to see this sharpness. That time it become blunt. Okay, and if you come to the this area, this is cardiopharynx angle. Okay, here also the fluid accumulation will be there. If it is fluid accumulated, we can't able to see this angle also. Okay, and same vice versa, left side and right side we want to check. Getting? Now it is an example for you guys. See, it is a normal patient where we can see the sharpness. The angle can able to see quite prominent, rather than where it is blending of the costophernic angle because of pleural effusion.
Pleural.
Everybody following me? I'm not confuse you guys, right? Name of the angle, right and left, costophernic. Here, cardiophernic angle. When it is sharpened, when there is no pleural effusion. When this is blunt due to when or where there is a pleural effusion. You have to clear cut explain to the examiner. Now this is the area where you have to focus. See, cardiophernic angle is this. This is costophernic angle. Okay, this is diaphragm. Now, apart from this, you can see this enlargement in this lateral side. This is breast shadow. Don't confuse with male and female. What is the extra tissue is coming? This is a female X-ray. Everybody following? So this is also one of the thing we have to examine. So what is this? If you go to diaphragm, can you able to see this? The circle? I will show you in this. Can you see this black color? This is called fundic air. The fundic air is present in the stomach. That is another identification of left side. Everybody follow me. Fundic air in the stomach, there is a black color again. Black color is due to air. So the fundic air is examined in the stomach, which is again identification of left side. Okay. That is what this. Next is, it is the normal patient where we can check this particular angles, the particular clear, opaque and black color image. But if you take pneumonia patient, in pneumonia patient we cannot able to see the ribs properly. Please mute your mic. I cannot able to go back and find who have turned on the mic. Normal patient, we can see the ribs and the opaque color and black color. If you take pneumonia patient or the COVID patient, we can not able to see the ribs prominently because of the right mid lobe is consolidation. So this is a way we have to examine the pneumonic patients. Okay, this is called pneumonia. So pneumonia patients, the color has become opaque like this. Okay. Now, the border of the heart, that is another important. Cardiac border, if you want to check, and cardiac border, right and left, we want to examine. It is enlargement in size I have placed here. So normal one, already I have explained you thoroughly. You can go through this picture. You can mention in the paper that which PPT I'm using, what is the number. Everybody getting? So in this PPT, in this particular specific slide, you have to say the left border, right border. Okay? Remember this. So now, what is this arrow denoting? Already we have come across that. What is this? Now say. Anyone?
Coronary.
Yes. Next, this. What is this?
Cardiomegaly.
Hey, it's normal one. Cardiomegaly. Measure
Inferior
with the
vena.
help of scale and tell me. And what is this? It is a peripheral tissue. Okay. We want to check. And what is this? What is this? Right diaphragm. And this is left diaphragm plus there is a fundic air is there. Now, what is the uses of X-ray? Used to take a picture of bone, teeth, tissue. X-rays are largely used to examine the broken bones, diseased tissue, and teeth with the holes. If you go with the dentist, they will say, we will take one X-ray, we will see the severity of the cavities. If you go to any, alteration in your tooth, they will take X-ray. Demonstrate the difference between the bone density and soft tissue. Again, we require X-ray. So detailed image of bone structure, we require X-ray. Bone and other dense tissue can see in the particular. To destroy the cancer cells we use to examine the COVID-19, whether the patient have a pneumonia or not. So nowadays that is again important. So interpretation. Everybody please note down if you have a pen and paper. Simple way I will tell you how to remember this. A, B, C, D, E, F. This is the way you have to examine. A for airway. We want to check the airway, that is black color seen or not, even the thorax and lungs. Okay. B for bone. Bones are prominently visible, that is a white color or opaque. C for serious, that is heart we want to examine, that is enlarged in size or normal in size. D for diaphragm, as I said, right side, left side. How to identify the right left? Right side is bit elevated because of liver. Left side, there is a fundic air in the stomach, that is identification. E for effusion. There we can check costophrenic angle and cardiophrenic angles, whether that is sharpened or blended. F for fracture. Is there any fractures inside the particular film or not? This is a systematic way you have to remember it. A, B, C, D, E, F. Again, I'm repeating A for airway, B for bones, C for cardiovascular, D for diaphragm, E for effusion, F for fracture. As a first year, this much is enough. Now, at the interpretation, the first is contrast, lines, tubes, clips, all properly located or not. We want to check if it is any, treatment was held. Bones, fracture, dislocation, soft tissues, symmetry, asymmetry, calcification we can check. In the heart, important thing is size and shape, especially 100% sure you will get this question, that is cardiothoracic ratio. Please practice, open the PPT, use a scale, measure it. Lung field and mediasternum we want to check. Again, there is a symmetry or asymmetry. Central mediasternum we want to examine. Opacity we want to check. Opacity means that is a pneumonic or other cases we can check. Vascular marking we want to examine. Diaphragm and below, air free or the free air is there, and dilated bowel, and then abnormal position we want to examine. This entire is a fundamental for you. Please go through again and again. I'm repeating the same statement only. Now we have taken this particular lecture, then your duty to read it. Any doubt you can put the particular